Hello and happy Wednesday. As always, don't forget, drop me a like in before we kick off. I appreciate that, or before you go. Helps me out greatly. So don't forget, just click the like button, double tap, whatever you need to do. That'd be great. Or drop us in a comment, smiley face, thumbs up, let me know how you're doing out there today. That's always appreciated as well. It helps me out greatly. And of course, if you want any details on our women-only group fitness program outdoors, for the women over 30, all you need to do is comment below with ready, or drop me a direct message via the page, and we can send you some details. We can have a chat and get you primed for next year. So, speaking of which, I went for a run this morning in the wet and the cold, because I wanted to lead by example, because I can't expect our wonderful bootcamp members to come out and exercise with us in the wet and the cold first thing in the morning at 6 o'clock if I'm not prepared to do the same thing myself. So, I thought that was important for me to do that, to lead by example. Now, I always use an expression when we're in conditions like that, which is better than being fat, because I've been overweight. You might not know the story. I've been 5 stone heavier than I am now, 70 pounds heavier than I am now. Was a heavy smoker, was completely out of shape, sedentary, low self-esteem, low self-confidence, all the trimmings. Didn't really do a great deal. And that was when I was 28. I'm now 43, and I'm obviously, fitness professional, whatever else, lost 5 stone, 70 pounds, kept it off since then. So I can make a direct comparison between being out in the wet and the cold and being fat. And truth be told, that is still better than being fat. Now, what you've got to remember, though, is the truth is both of those things are uncomfortable. So being fat and out of shape and having low self-esteem is uncomfortable, and exercising outdoors in the dark, in the cold, in the wet, in winter is also uncomfortable. And you've got to kind of choose which uncomfortable you want. For me, this one is uncomfortable, but it's not as bad as being fat. Because what you've got to remember about being fat is you carry that around with you all the time, whereas an exercise session or a fitness session is a small part of your day, and then it's done. Whereas when you're fat, you carry that around with you all the time, if that makes sense. So whilst obviously you can't out-exercise a bad diet, and obviously the diet just offers a different conversation, what you have to remember is that with this side of it, it's only a short space of time, whereas you are fat all the time, and you carry that around with you all the time. Now, I saw a video this morning from a mentor of mine that was talking about triggering people. Now, sometimes I understand that me saying it's better than being fat would trigger somebody, and that's okay, because obviously that's a choice. Being triggered is a choice you make. But the thing is, it's like, well, being upset about something still doesn't change it. And if you're upset about something, you need to look at that and go, well, why am I upset about that? If I'm upset by the word fat, why would that upset me unless it was something that I felt was a problem for me? And the goal here is not to make people feel worse. The goal is to inspire people to act. Yeah, to act. I've always acted based on from a position of sort of pain to a certain degree, because that's what forces us normally to act. The problem is we let it get so painful that it becomes too difficult to act. And you can't do that. You can't, if you're already fat, you can't wait another 6 weeks, because you're going to get fatter. You have to start doing something now. And remember, this doesn't even have to cost you any money, because the argument is, well, what about Christmas and cost of Christmas and all this? You don't even have to spend money. But, you need to act, and you need to do something now. Otherwise, it's always going to be a bit of a struggle. So it is better than being fat. I've been there. I'm speaking from a position of knowledge and practice, not theory. So just remember that a little bit. And that's why we do it, because I want you to understand the differences between those two things. I want you to understand that I wasn't fit. I wasn't naturally gifted, a naturally different athlete. I wasn't born into an athletic family. My family weren't fit. It was not something I had to do. I got fat and had to learn how to undo all that, so I can directly compare the two. So, if you get a little bit angry and triggered by me saying it's better than being fat, then that could be your cue to act. But if you keep getting angry and keep getting triggered and don't act, well, you're never going to fix the problem that you keep getting angry and triggered about. So yes, again, if you want our help, appreciate it very much. All you need to do is comment below with ready, or drop me a direct message via the page. We can get you involved in our Women Only Group Fitness program. As always, guys, I'd appreciate a like down the bottom if you want to share the video as well. That's always fantastic. And again, drop me in a comment, particularly if you disagree with me, because I do love a bit of intelligent debate. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon.